Because you was the one who had the Adidas with the 4 stripes.
Oh!
You was the one who you was the one who
has taken a turn.
you was the one who let me know that the Shaq had a shoe.
Oh! What's up, y'all? It's the kid, R. Lyles Vision. Of course, your #1 light-skinned host on the podcast. Say less. I said that backwards, but I still love it anyway. But today, I got a special treat, y'all. I'm going way back. I'm talking about 20-something years way back. I'm talking about my brother from another mother. I'm talking about, you know this brother from everywhere, all platforms. I'm talking about movies, vocals. I'm talking about like tap dance and all that good stuff that he do. Yeah. My brother. I ain't got to give him too much credit. Just Google his name, man. Yeah. Willie Taylor, man. Thank you, brother. Best friend. Yeah. We've been rocking for 25 years. Yeah. And it's going down. I finally got you in the hot seat today.
Yeah, man. And usually when you call some shit the hot seat, you don't want to sit down in it. Not on no podcast, for sure.
The hot seat is a good thing.
No, for
sure.
You
get to relax, we get comfortable, and just open up and just rock with me. Yeah. Do me a favor. I know this is off the script, but can you move that flower back a little bit? I can't see your face.
Yeah, no, don't worry about it. I couldn't see yours either.
I know my head big, but
it's all good. I ain't know.
I saw you searching.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You're like, man, where my brother at? Yeah. All that good stuff. Talk to me. How you feeling today, bro?
Man, I'm blessed. I can't complain at all.
Pull your mic up a little bit.
Yeah, okay.
Yep.
All right. Technical difficulties. We're going to get it right, though.
We're going to get it right, but
don't
it's
worry
all
about
good.
that. Yeah, but I'm blessed.
You blessed?
Yeah, like I said the first time.
You looking good? Looking
you
good?
too,
you
man.
26 again?
Okay, 26?
Yeah, we in there.
Okay,
You know what I'm saying? We've been rocking for a little bit, y'all. Let me get some history about my brother and I, man. So, Harvey World, first of all, you know, that's where we met in 19-something. We're not going to really give our age.
Okay. 19-something, it looks scary. We was at the end of the 1990s. You know.
End of the little something. Yeah. All right, so we was rocking in high school.
Right.
And for those that don't know, we've been rocking since high school. We became friends. We became best buddies. We became family. And then we just started tapping into our gifts. Yeah. Our gifts made room. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And we're here now, 25-some years later. But we started in the streets of Harvey, man. Yeah. Rocking and rolling, man. Shoe whopping and all this good stuff.
150th you know Street, right back Cooper Park, and, you know, the Thornton hallways. And,
you know what I'm saying? So we was doing that. And that kind of turned into something for us. Yeah. You know, I was rocking 148 Lincoln, 150th and
Vail.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of that, because God bless you to get a street name. Yeah. Let's dive right there.
Yeah, let's go there
first.
We can talk about it. Okay, so
tell me a little bit about that.
Well, 150th and Vail is now Willie Taylor Avenue. It's a street I grew up on.
Make some noise for that, studio. Make some noise for that, yes.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
No, for sure. It was an honor. I've done a lot in the music, man, as far as writing and performing and all these other things, man. Yeah. They just thought it was time to, you know, show me a little love for my hometown. So.
Man, I'm talking about, that's when you put in that work.
Yeah, serious work.
That's when that work has really paid off, when the mayor, the city gets behind you and say, man, we want to bless you because you've done so much for the community. Right? This is our way of honoring that. Yeah. How did that make you feel? Like, how did your family feel about that?
Man, I feel like it's an honor in itself, you know what I mean? Just to have your name. You know, you go down to Martin Luther King Boulevard all the time, and, you know, and it's just different things. You're like, man, what would it be like to have a street named after you? And I think it's just an honor, and it just gave me more wings to be able to, you know, inspire more of the younger kids growing up in the Harvey area, you know what I mean?
So, the inspiring part, have you ever took your kids to see that?
Yeah, they've seen Harvey.
Have they ever seen your street name, your name on the street? How did that make them feel?
I mean, you know, the older ones, I'm sure they know exactly what it is, but the younger ones, it'll catch them a little later on. You know what I mean?
That's a huge impact, man.
Yeah, you know, it is.
So, like, being from Harvey, well, no, you're originally from the city.
Yeah, I'm from Chicago, yeah.
But grew up in Harvey when we met. What were some of the challenges you dealt with growing up in the neighborhood, dealing with poverty and all that stuff we've been through? What's some of the obstacles?
I mean, it was horrible. I mean, my intro to Harvey was being chased home by the BDs.
Oh my God!
You know what
I mean? Damn. Okay.
So you know that's
real right there.
Yeah, I was new, and you know,
new to the block,
and you know, I'm the new guy. So you know what I mean. Handsome little guy that came to school, and then you know,
throw that handsome part.
Yeah, because that was probably why I got about to get my ass whooped because of that. You know, so one of the girls, I guess, it was dating one of the guys there. She liked me, and he told the rest of the guys, and when I went outside,
you was getting too much love.
Oh man, it was over with. So
wasn't feeling that.
They welcomed me early, but we ran probably like a few times, but after a while, I got my just doing.
I love it, man. I went through some of those same obstacles.
Of course, I know.
On my side of the town.
Yeah, I rode down your block on a few of them.
I want to talk about that. Like one day, we had a job, so we was working somewhere. I think it was UPS.
Probably UPS,
right?
Yeah.
And you had the red car.
Yeah.
And one day, Will was picking me up to go to work.
In the morning. It's got to be like
4 in the morning.
Yeah, it's early. Super early in the morning.
So in Harvey, for those that may not know, Harvey is known for a little bit of everything. Yeah. Talent, and then you got the violence.
Yeah, you mean.
However.
Look it up.
Yeah. However, right? No. So 4 o'clock in the morning, he said, I'm going to pick you up today for work. 4 o'clock. 4 or 5, he riding down my street. Before he gets to my street, he calls me, like, come outside, be ready.
Yeah. And then I turned that block. I realized I wasn't finna come all the way down by your house.
Why not?
Because it was about 20 to 30 dudes in front of your house at 4 o'clock in the morning, bro.
Posted,
and it was real. Like, something was finna really go ahead. Like, they had told people last night, meet here.
At 4 o'clock.
At 4 in the morning.
It's going down.
It's going down.
How did you feel riding down the street? We going to work at 4 o'clock in the morning. Like, that was our regular routine, though. That was our regular lifestyle.
Yeah. Now, but this particular day, it was a little different. So, usually I'd have just came down because I knew a majority of people on the block. But this day, with the 30, 40 of them, I ain't think I knew 30, 40 people on your block.
Yeah.
So, when I got down there, it was, I think they beat somebody up that day, didn't they?
They did. They beat up somebody that day.
Somebody got a pumpkin head deluxe that
somebody
day.
Got them knuckles that day.
Yeah.
And
we witnessed it.
I did.
4 a.m.
I came outside and I was like, what the heck is going on? Let's get up out of here. And that day you was like, man, I never ride down your street again.
Yeah.
Because it was crazy.
Yeah.
But what I must say that seeing those scenarios growing up, it impacted me differently.
Yeah.
It allowed me to understand what the streets look like, what I didn't want to become. Mm-hmm. And I'm sure you saw the same thing.
Oh, for sure. Never wanted to be a part of any of that. But, we didn't grow up like that. We just happened to be protected by that.
Exactly.
And which was cool. And just knowing our surroundings and knowing, in different areas, different cities, different states that we go to, how to handle ourselves because people, we've been exposed to it.
Correct.
So I think that was better for us then.
So for me, I had a grandmother, praying grandmother.
Yeah.
And I know you had one too, mom and everything. We didn't get caught up in that.
No.
Mm-mm. How did you stay away from being caught up in the mix?
I think my biggest thing is I had a passion for music that was so strong that drove me away from a lot of things. Because I was good at sports and a lot of things that I could have done.
Yeah, you was a hooper.
But at the end, thank you, because I
never
was.
wanted, one-on-one. But
at the same,
you was scared, bro. You was scared.
At the same token, man, I was always driven by this music thing that was inside of me, man. And I think that's what kept my head clear of all of the street stuff, all of the extra anything, because I was tracked. I was in that mode.
You was focused.
You know. So right. So.
Before meeting you, you was already diving into your own music. Right? You had Cuzzo. What's your cousin name? Used to sing solo with
Roger.
Roger,
right.
Yeah, I remember that. So y'all was building.
Well, yeah, it wasn't like a group thing, but of course we were building like different, our sounds.
Yeah.
Growing up, but we hadn't really found much there, but we just knew it was a passion there.
Yeah.
And I think me and him even had together, it was just a passion thing, and I think that was the thing that was driving us even at that point.
Where do you feel like your musical influences started? Like, was it your parents, somebody in your family, or something you just naturally had?
I think it really came from church, off back for sure, church. And then, just listening to being a fan of music. So, I was a big fan of R&B. So it was more like the Stevie Wonders. It was more like the, of course, you mean R. Kelly. I still think he's the king, right?
Still is the beast.
Yeah. So, but it is what it is. But just more of the Stevie Wonder, Babyface.
Okay.
Shawn Stockman from Boyz II Men.
Yeah, so that was our favorite.
I fell into those type of zones. So from there, I think I really kind of found myself, my lane, and what I wanted to bring.
Awesome. So you knew in your early days that you wanted to do music.
Yeah, it was in me.
Felt it.
It was in me. Yeah, it was a feeling I couldn't shake. I mean, if I wanted to do something else, I wouldn't do it.
Got it. So you mentioned sports. You said sports, music. Which one was your favorite?
Music. Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
okay. Yeah. So did you see music as being a lifestyle forever?
Yeah.
At that time?
I did.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. I've always walked with that. So I've always had an extreme amount of confidence and faith in what I was bringing. So I never really saw myself in a position where I wasn't going to be what I thought I was going to be. And I still have that in certain areas of life, too, to this day. But at that time for music, that's what it was. So you couldn't tell me nothing. You couldn't look at me. It was, I know what I got.
You knew it. You was focused and you was determined. God already blessed you with it. And it was like gun-ho. You had a plan. Mm-hmm. When I met you in like 90, I want to say 95, 94, something like that, I was blessed to learn a lot from you as well. Yeah. So for those that don't know, myself and Willie was original members of the group Quiet Storm, based out of Harvey, Illinois, which, of course, a lot of people say Chicago, but we based out of Harvey. Right. You know what I'm saying? But we established in high school a friendship. We realized we both had some amazing talents, some gifts that people was like, ooh, this is nice. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So we started tapping into it. Couple members changed here and there, but me and my brother stayed true to the foundation and the love for music. Right. Let's dive into like starting the Quiet Storm movement, and we'll work our way up in this conversation.
No, you got it.
The Quiet Storm movement, shoe whopping in the hallways. Man. Yeah. Talk to me about that, because I'm talking about, we got some dance moves that we used to do in the hallway. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, are you talking about? See,
bada bing, bada boom. Talk to me.
See, I think at that point in our life, we were just so gung-ho and stuck in music that we wasn't even interested in school to that.
Bring your mic a little bit.
We wasn't even concentrating as much as we should have been on school. Yeah. I think at that time, because we was, meeting up in the hallway, doing harmonies and, different group activities. And then at some point, what he was talking about as far as the dance is concerned.
Man.
That was us walking past people's classrooms while they were learning.
You ready for it?
And just walking past their door, just
what was we doing? Bye. Let's get it in, baby. But let me tell you, Brian, we had I'm talking about a whole hallway of people doing it with us.
People would see us doing it and jump in the line, so now you got this long train.
I'm talking about people missing class.
Of people going past it, people who are actually in class working, looking at us go past their door.
And be like, excuse me, can I go to the bathroom? They jump in the line with us, bro. We look back, it's 20, 30 people. Yeah. Shoe whopping with it. This was every time the bell rang type of thing. It's like you wouldn't even catch us too much in class. Yeah. Because we was, I ain't gonna say class clowns, but we was like really into our passion, our craft. Mm-hmm. So we was
class clowns.
Yeah.
Same time.
So we would do that all through high school. Mm-hmm. I mean, they knew us for 4 years from doing these type of stupid, crazy dances in the hallway and getting everybody to do it with us. Yeah. But it was fun. It made it fun. It made it where people start following our little movement. Yeah. We even made a handshake.
Mm-hmm. And people, you know what I mean? And people did the handshake.
We thought we was them guys for a little bit. We thought we was them guys, bro. But to this day, 25 years later, that handshake grew. Yeah. And people still do it.
They do.
That's our little thing, man. I just wanted to give
people we never even had met. So that was kind of cool. People we never met who probably met somebody else that we know. Yep. And we'd meet us and shake and like, wow, how did you know that?
How did you know that? So
kind of cool.
It was kind of dope because now, 25 years later, right, that handshake still exists. However, he could be in New York. I could be in goddamn, I'm going to just say Dubai, right? Mm-hmm. You see what OG about? The handshake come naturally. Mm-hmm. My wife tell me all the time, you know a lot of dang old people. Everywhere we go, you know somebody. But that's what we built in the beginning. Like, we was networking. Yep. We was doing that all the time.
Non-stop.
You know what I'm saying? So, outside of, just singing, we was learning the business and how this things work, how this music thing really works.
It was gonna come down to connections at some point.
It was gonna come down to that at some point. And so, from that point, we start scaling, shoe whopping, talent shows. You know that the stories of boy bands.
Yeah, and we won a lot of them. We won
kicked
a lot.
Ass a lot. We won a lot. I mean, there was a couple groups I don't want to name drop, but we was, you know what I'm saying? They know what it is. Yeah. But we set the precedents of boy bands at that time. We was a cappella for a while.
Yeah. We was the younger Boys to Men type of thing. That was like our top tier group at the time. Was like
this was Wanye Jr.
Right.
At his prime, right?
Yeah, no, for sure.
I played like Nate, right, sometime, and I tried to do a little Shawn, but he was Wanye. And I give you your flowers right now because I don't know I'm just gonna be honest in front of you. I don't know no brother that sings that is as consistent as my brother has been.
Nah, respect, right? Bro.
And who has never, I want to say never, given up.
Yeah. Not one.
Not one day.
Yeah.
Not one day say I quit. Nah, this ain't for me. Not one day. Since the day I met him to right now, he's been focused and he's been determined. And so I wanted to give you your flowers. Y'all make some noise for that, man, for just dedication on the craft. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, for sure.
Moving forward, music. Now we're diving into we becoming adults.
Right.
What transition? What happened in your adulthood? What was like some impactful stuff you've done?
Oh man, you know what? The biggest things in my life, man, is probably having kids and then just dealing with career and different career changes. And then mental changes and just growing life. Period.
Yeah.
Man. I mean, as you get older, things change.
Yeah.
And as they change, you got to change.
Man,
so,
that change, it's a wake up call.
Yeah, it's a
because
thing
it's like
you're not always ready for it. You're not
always ready.
No, and it don't call you when you're ready. It call you when you're not ready.
Have you ever been caught off guard where you wasn't ready?
Yeah.
Give me
all the time. I mean, like I get probably more. I'm caught off guard more times. Than not.
Talk about it. If we may.
I mean, just in regular life. Period, man.
Yeah.
Just regular life, man. Things I be dealing with on a regular. I don't even know what I'm talking about no more. But yeah,
that's deep.
Yeah, so just go to the say it again or something. We can figure it out. What did you just say?
What's some challenges? Okay, let's go to another.
Go ahead.
In life, we deal with a lot of challenges.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? For me, I've dealt with just being honest and transparent. Right.
Right.
I dealt with as a young man being a hoe.
Oh. Yeah.
I had to deal with that. And just like I need to wake the fuck up.
And how did you deal with that?
It took time. It took me bumping my head. It took me losing those individuals in my life that I had
at the time. Right.
At that time, and then they had to remind me, like, nigga, you was horrible.
Yeah.
And I was like, at first, I was like, no, I'm living life, right? Until I'm like, damn.
Until it starts to matter.
Until it started to really hit.
To really matter and hit you in a space where you know that you're losing something that matters to you.
And so. Those were some obstacles that I dealt with, and I had to reevaluate self. One of the things I had to learn my value. I didn't know my value at the time.
Right.
I just was doing whatever.
I hear you, right.
And so, so this is even being transparent with me and you.
Yeah.
In our group, Quiet Storm, Will was the lead singer, right? We both lead,
right? But
you was the lead. However, I stayed back purposely because I was scared. I probably never told you.
No, I never knew that.
I was scared of growing. I was scared of growth. I was scared of what happens if I did do a little bit more and I got better. Because some people are scared of fame. I wanted it, but I got scared of it.
And that's funny to hear you say that, Shawn, because I never got that from you.
Never.
I never got that from you. And I think a lot of my confidence, even at that moment, came from you and the fact that I had you there. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, like, if I knew you were scared, then we both would have got the fuck up out of there.
I showed you a couple times I was scared when we shoe-whopping at Brian McKnight audition. I was scared. Because it was my time to start a song off first.
Right.
And that's when the scaredness kicked in. I remember these days. I remember, no, they fine. I remember just in the studio with we go back to BJ.
Right.
I knew that I can sing. No, you do it. You do it. That was me.
But I don't feel like you gave enough of that where I could have been.
You probably would never.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's for me. I'm like, I did see you show up. I mean, the Brian McKnight thing.
That's fucked up.
That was funny. And it happened, but at the same time, I didn't. Well, I guess that would be nervous.
I was scared.
That would be nervous. Sing a whole nother key.
There was a part. Yeah, bro. We shoot out. We no music. We was right there, ready. Brian, the whole everybody.
And then Shawn said,
and I took it to another level, and they was thrown the hell off.
Yeah.
And it just ruined.
We sing the song all the time. In the Still of the Night, wasn't it?
In the still.
It's supposed to be there. I think Shawn went
soprano. In the still. I was somewhere else.
He was.
And they was like,
how did we get here?
It was the worst night of my life.
It was funny though.
It was torture.
It was funny.
I know where it came from. It was fear. I was scared of, just whatever I was dealing with. I was scared, and I never shared that with anybody.
Yeah,
maybe my wife. However, when we was growing up and we were doing our music, I knew that you was the leader. I knew that. But it was because in my own self, I didn't push myself harder. Behind closed doors, I'm like, nope, I ain't doing that.
Wow.
Even as when our group split up, we split up, right, to go try new things in our life, right? Even when it was time for me to step up as a solo artist, I sheered away from it. And this is my words to my wife. I never wanted to be a solo artist because there was something about being in a group, I can count on him, and I get scared. And so when it was time for me to do it by myself, oh, hell no. And that's what I learned about my growth.
Right.
Then I start understanding, man, you got to push yourself because you can do it.
Yeah.
That was the part that I needed to learn.
Right. No, for
you
sure.
know what I mean? But even like dating and what all the other things that I did, I was scared of settling down. I was scared of being loyal to something, not just someone, something that much. And I was like, oh, but it hit me later on in maturity. And now, oh, I love it.
Yeah, that's what it'll do it. That's what it'll do it. Maturity.
Yeah.
That in itself.
I love that.
Because immature mind, man, it'll do some incredibly stupid things.
Yeah.
And I think we all, at this age of our life, we fall into that.
Yeah.
But when you get to a certain level of maturity, man, where you start to really think about your decisions and the way you're moving and the people that are affected by the things that you do, it starts to matter a little bit more.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it starts to say, how can I enhance all of this stuff versus me be a damper or a hindrance to it? You know what I mean? So.
At what point in your life did you, not as the family man, but just more so the individual, did you realize that I'm maturing and it's time for me to mature, or did something happen where it's like, okay, it's time to level up?
I think for me, it just came at a point where, I've always, like I said, I've always been doing music my whole life and doing movies and things that are entertainment. And I think I'm just so much in the head. Of course, but I've been doing it for so long that, it's peaks and valleys in it. And I think at some point, in one of the points where I was going in a slump where Day 26 wasn't doing their thing no more, the movies were coming slow.
Yeah.
Things just wasn't going the way I needed to go. And I think my mental was so shift into that, trying to figure out what that is. But at the same time, I had a wife who desired attention. I got kids who desire attention. And I'm trying to save something over here because I know that this is what y'all, it came to a point where I just had to figure out what that next thing was going to be for me to be able to save my family, because I knew that if I get my mind together and the financials together, then the rest of these things will probably start to line up a little bit differently versus me just being stuck in, such a, shell.
Got you.
Yeah, so.
Being in this industry, as long as you have been in it, challenges happen, obstacles happen, right? How did you deal with it? How did you cope with it? How did you overcome some obstacles that you've been challenged with in your life?
Well, I mean,
as an artist,
for me, the road has been just crazy because we started Quiet Storm. When we had Quiet Storm, we had the song "Lights Out, Candles Lit." We had a little small deal, the Universal situation, where we thought that was going to be our say all be all, and thought that was going to be the case.
We had the video, "Leave Me Alone."
Yeah, "Leave Me Alone." So it's chapters where it's so many chapters where you get to a plateau, and then some things change and you have to reprogram. We in the industry now. I think this is my overall thing of where I think God hit me in when it comes to the music industry. I always wanted to be number one. I want, that's just me. That's how I don't do things unless I want to be the best at it,
Absolutely.
right? So I was like, so what's going on with the number one? And then God came to me and he was like, yo, you've already been number one 3 times, bro. So, but it's at a level that I need you to be at because it's levels up higher where they're doing things that I'm not putting you at. So I think I end up getting my closure in a lot of those things when it came to being Billboard number one. That's true.
Wow.
I've done it.
A lot of accomplishments.
You know what I mean? So when it comes to awards, I got a BET award, but that's the level that God wanted that to be at that moment for me because he's thinking on these other levels and things that's going on over me. It's just a world that I'm not there for. You know what I mean? So I think he had a different calling for my life when it came to all of that in the first place. I only saw it one way. Yeah.
How did you deal with the enemy trying to, I don't want to say destroy, but try to come in and shift some things around, even in the music business, even as a family man? What did you ask God to help you? How did you ask God to help you in these times?
Well, my prayers are always, God, anything that's unlike you, take it away. So I'm always moving and I don't know what type of energy is on anything.
Got it.
But I know that I can only control myself and I can control my thoughts and I know who I am and I know whose I am. So for that, a lot of my steps are already ordered.
Say less. That part. Who is Willie Taylor? Forget the music. forget not forget your family, but forget everyone else for a second. Mm-hmm. Who is Willie Taylor?
Man.
Who is Willie Madison Taylor? How about that?
I mean, if I can just say it myself, really just being God's son. You know, I feel like he put me here for a reason to really, you know, inspire, to teach. A lot of my obstacles came as not just only a test, but a testimony for me to be able to take the younger generation and people of my peer and older. I feel like I'm on a frequency right now where it's just really a place of teaching from experience. Mm-hmm. So like for me, I just think like I said before, my steps are really ordered. So like my missions are ordered, and the things that I'm doing and the things that I have set up for my life and my family are all ordered. I'm not guessing what's going to happen. I'm knowing what's happening. I'm trusting in what's going to happen. I have faith in what's going to happen, and it happens.
As you climb up this ladder, this amazing ladder that you've been on, did you lose some people?
Oh yeah, you always lose people on your way up. And it's just understand, you know, you're going to lose people anyway just because in life things change. People change. Yeah. So as things change, people change, dynamic frequencies change, energies change, timing changes.
Yeah, yeah.
So some people going to be in life for a season. It's okay. You know I mean, as long as you enjoy them in that season.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, but once the season is over,
it's a wrap.
It is what it is.
And you got to be okay with that.
Yeah, some people not as okay.
Yeah.
Some things hurt, but at the same time, you know, you got to be okay with it. Know that you are enough. You know what I mean? And it's nobody else needed to make you who you are.
Exactly. Right. I think that as we grow, as we mature, everybody can't grow with you. No. It ain't meant for that. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? We hear that, but till you actually live it, it's like, oh, I get it.
Right.
You were in my life for this reason, and that's what it is. And so from that point, it's like you just got to ask God to just to help you deal with it, but move on. Yeah. And it's that simple.
It has to be that simple. It's not always that simple. And we got to understand it's not always that simple, but at the same time,
it's tough.
You got to get to that. You got to find your place to get to that place. Okay. Of just being okay. Yeah. Being okay with you.
As a writer, right? Mm-hmm. You've written for X amount of people, movies, platforms, etc. You've been a writer since I've known you, right? Name one record that stands out to you that speaks about your story.
I think my story, to be able to understand me as an artist, as a musician, I think that song will be Music.
But, I belong to music.
Yeah, but you know, at this stage in my life, I think it's certain elements of that record that he has even changed as well. Because, you know, at that point when I was writing that record, it was about music for me. And that's just how I was dialed. That's how I was wired. That's how I was performing. That's what I was giving. Yeah. Right? So many other things matter now, you know, my passions have shifted in certain areas. But at the same time, I do appreciate that song and that record for what it was for me at that moment.
Absolutely. Yeah. So a lot of the accomplishments that you've had and still gaining, you have done movies and been on set, plays, etc. Which out of all of those scenarios, which one do you love the most? The movies, the plays, the singing in the boy bands.
That's that whole entertainment realm is kind of like one for me. You know what I mean? So like anytime I get a chance to entertain, it's just whether it's singing, the acting came after the singing because singing was always the passion thing. But then I ended up getting really good at acting. Okay. And then from there, it became just a separate type of a passion for me. But it never trumped. Okay. But at the same time, it's there. It's up there.
So being an artist, entrepreneur now, yeah. Business is kicking in. All the scenarios that we've been taught over the years, don't put all your eggs in just one basket. You know, learn some other things. Right. Which I want to dive into, which you're doing now. You're entrepreneur. Yeah. Right? You're tapping into some new business opportunities. Do you mind sharing some of what those are?
Yeah, I can do small things because a lot of my launches are happening actually this year. So I got a beard oil called Recrown.
Nice.
Yeah, so it's for growing to to maintain your mane. So you know what I mean. So
do it bring your hair back?
No, we haven't.
What you laughing for? See, the producer can't be laughing.
It's just for the beard at the moment.
Okay.
We ain't Miracle Grow. No.
So you're tapping into entrepreneurship.
Yeah.
Right? You're leaving a legacy for the kids.
No, for sure.
The family,
for sure. And the one that I really want to talk, it's a restaurant. I'm not going to get too deep into it, but the restaurant portion of it is really going to be the thing. So like where my passion was for music at first, it's really
and deep into
it's business there. So now I'm going to conquer that. And what I wish I could go deep, and we're going to talk later on because I want to do the commercial and everything for you. But
love it.
At the same time, I'm very excited about it. The rest of that name is With Fries, though. So just
With Fries.
Yeah, let that ring in your head.
Okay.
And just
money.
Yeah, but that's it. That's it. That's all. You know what I mean? When
branding. The key thing about what he just said, guys that's listening, is not just singing. It's becoming the machine behind everything, right? Because you got multiple streams of income that will bless your family forever.
Yeah,
right?
we're all a brand. You're your own individual brand, and you have branches on you in which you have other things, other hats you wear. You know what I mean? So like you sitting right here, you do your podcast, you got your film. You know, it's just different hats that you got in, and then as people follow you and get into you, they follow to what they following you for. So now they're going to, all right, I really like Shawn for the podcast. No, I'm really a photographer. I'm into the photography game, but you're branding yourself.
Yeah.
So no matter where they go, they still seeing you.
Respect.
You know what I mean?
Speaking of branding, when I started photography, Lyles Vision, you were one of my main models in the beginning stages. So I thank you for that.
But you know, I'm always gonna be numero uno.
I'm just saying though, you know what I'm saying?
If you go anywhere else, I'm gonna be the number one person on there. So, you know what I
mean? We've been working not just music, but even in the branding part of the photography. You were one of my main models that I got a chance to collaborate with. That experience was awesome. Yeah. Right. And some of those images are still used. That's when you know you told a story. 7 years later, you still can use those images and show people like, look what I've started, look where I'm at, and they still see the vision.
Right.
You know what I mean? So those moments for me was awesome. In our friendship, what did you learn from that?
I mean, for you talking about as far as the pictures?
Just our friendship, our brotherhood.
Oh man, bro, you like my big brother my whole life. You know what I mean? So like for me, it was always. I mean, I just found out how scared you were. Yeah. Because you were actually the comfort that I took on stage with me. Okay. So I knew that if I slacked anywhere, that was going to be, you know,
backup.
Yeah, it was not backup, but you know, whatever. I got you. You there. Yeah. You know what I mean? And I think that was a big comfort level for me growing up, even in a grouping period, because I mean, even in my life period, I didn't have any big brothers. Yeah. So when you came and you was in that position and you sung, we shared
was
that.
In sync.
You know what I mean? We shared that, and then I think, man, it mended our friendship. Yeah. So like I think from there, just you played the portion of like my big brother.
Respect.
Up until a certain point of life, and then
I'm still your big brother now.
Nah, but you know now we brothers and
I still whip your ass though.
No, you could whoop my ass then.
Yes, I did. You forget? We never had a fight. So
we didn't have a fight.
We never got to that point.
But we did.
That's some words.
We sock 'em, bop 'em.
We put the gloves on.
Yeah. You got bopped that day.
No, that was Lizelle. Trent. That was
remember that day?
That we went through some stuff, man, where we never crossed that line. Like we wanted to just, you know, we loved each other as brothers. We supported each other in so many different ways. We had a conversation earlier. It's off the subject. We had a conversation earlier about like how close we were, and then like the things that we went through. Even myself, when we used to perform, I used to wear Skechers. And stuff.
He did. Now you did. I mean, because he was telling me. Can I tell a story?
Absolutely. I'm so transparent with that right now.
Okay, so all right, so right now, so Shawn was telling me, he was like, "Yo, I be getting some of my stuff from the thrift store, the Goodwill," and I was like,
outfit right now.
So I'm like, you know what? I'm like, man, I ain't mad at it, bro, because I go in there sometime and I find some pieces, right? So that was a conversation, and then he was like, man, I always been like that, and I don't think he had told his wife this yet, but I was like, yeah, you actually always been like that, because you was the one who had the Adidas with the 4 stripes. Oh, you was the one who you was the one who
that's taking a turn.
You was the one who let me know that Shaq had a shoe.
Oh, it's getting deep. Can I get some wine?
What else did he have, man?
Oh man,
you know, some old
man. So
7 stripes, K-Swiss and Sauconys, and he had the boots. He had the Timberland boots that wasn't Timberland boots. Remembrance.
It was
Remembrance. Remembrance.
Oh man.
You had some remembrance.
For whatever reason, it's getting loose, but I'll just hold it for now. But I was so transparent at that time. I didn't know no better. I grew up like that. You know what I'm saying?
And it was real. I mean, my dude, let me tell you something. You made the stuff look fly though. And that's not I'm not gonna lie about. So like when you wore it, it wasn't like we wanted to roast you or nothing. Yeah,
y'all roasted me a little bit though.
We did roast you.
You did.
But that's because it wasn't because you wasn't wearing them right.
Yeah,
you wore the pro wings the way pro wings were intended to be worn.
Hey,
all I'm saying.
It was one day that I wore them. We was, I think we were doing the Gary Fest. We was like the headliners or something for the Gary Fest. However, we up there performing out on the black Shacks with some shorts.
Yeah.
And it had 2 people on the shoe instead of 1.
Yeah, because Shaq is dunking on somebody,
on my shoes.
So, like, Jordan shoe had him on their bad self. Shawn had the shoe that looked like the Jordan like this, but Shaq had...
So I had the 2-man on my shoe. However, they caught that in photo.
Yeah.
And printed it in the newspaper.
It was on in Chicago Sun-Times.
Yes. I was like,
And then you got one little girl like this.
Yeah.
What are those?
Oh, shit. But that's always been me though.
No, yeah.
I grew up like that. Like my grandmother, rest in peace, she shopped at the Goodwill. Yeah. And at that time it was like, man, you can't talk about that. You can't tell nobody that.
Yeah. No, yeah.
Jordans, nigga.
Not at all.
You know, I just, however,
not at all.
that humbled me though. As I become a grown man, a mature grown man, and I said, it's not the clothes, it's me. Yeah. It's me who wear the clothes. Exactly. Like right now, I'm not afraid to tell y'all, this is a whole outfit from the Goodwill.
Well, that's what I'm telling you. It was in you then too.
Yeah.
Because even then, even though you didn't want to speak about it,
yeah,
you wore it that way.
I wore it
to the way that we wasn't able to be like.
I creased them jokers though. I ironed my pants. I did all that. It was fine.
No. I
see you over there laughing, Shonda.
No, for sure. No, you was on, Shawn. I mean, no matter what.
But it's real though, because as we get older, it's like, man, what am I gonna spend all that money for? Where this is only gonna last, it's temporary.
Yeah, very temporary.
So that's the mature part of me though. Like meeting my partner, she opened up a whole nother eye. That makes sense.
Eye?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought you said eye or iron.
No. She opened up a whole nother for me to look at things differently from the wardrobe part.
Okay.
And so we've been able to save a lot of money, even with our children.
Yeah, because like, on some style.
Because it's like, style that shit up, put in the cleaners, man. Ain't nobody gonna know but you. Mm-mm. Now, one time I had the tag still on.
Unless you're going out.
I'm talking about the boots I got on right now. Got the damn tag still on it. Hell no. I had the tag still on one time.
The orange one? The orange one with the...
Oh, shit. And that was deep. I'm like, shit. We had an event, and it was like, oh, yeah.
It was
I had it on at my last taping. I had my shoes up like this here.
And then the price on the bottom. The price on the bottom of the mug.
Like, gee.
$6.99. $6.99.
49 cents.
69.
But I took it off. I was proud. I mean, I was so happy
that we caught it. No.
But I still loved it though.
No, for sure, of course.
I wore them jokers like they was goddamn the top notch. You know what I mean? But I say that because a lot of people, the outer appearance is fake.
Yeah.
It's what's in your spirit, how you live your life and how you show up.
Yeah, period.
You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And so if you show up right, they're going to forget about, that's not such and such gear. That's not such and such name brand. Because when you walk in confident.
Yeah. When you're him. When you know it.
Walk in him.
When you know it.
When you know it.
Yeah, ain't too many people can take it out of you.
They can't stop
Nah, it ain't.
You know what I mean? So my flowers again to you is they ain't stopped you.
Nah, they can't. And it's,
you know what I'm saying?
It's a mind thing, maybe it's a God thing for sure, but at the same time, man, they're not gonna be able to because they didn't create me.
That's deep. I know you definitely, your family background is definitely church.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I've been in your church multiple times, and that has been grounded in you.
Yeah.
You stuck with that. Yeah. You never changed it up. You know what I mean?
For sure. And it kind of helps me understand my story as well, too.
Absolutely.
Man. Because as you see all the stuff that's going on in the media right now, it's a lot.
Some crazy stuff.
It's a lot of stuff
like
happening.
I was watching some crazy stuff on the way here, like just learning, seeing what's out there. I'm like, damn, I'm so glad I don't go through that.
It's a lot going on out there. So you gotta thank God even for the things He protects you from.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Things that you didn't see that you thought was for you.
Yeah.
It just wasn't for you. You know what I mean?
And in your home, do you have a prayer closet?
I don't have a prayer closet, but I pray in my room every day. Yeah, it's
dedicated to
not a closet, but me we talk. Yeah,
he knows.
Yeah, we talk throughout the day too.
Yeah, got to.
Yeah,
it's important. You know what I mean? Excuse me. Let's talk about family. Okay, you got a beautiful family.
Yes, thank you.
I'm talking about like I'm looking at your babies right now. I see just nothing but like God's gift.
Yeah, no,
you know
thank you.
Beautiful wife. You know, how did you been married? How long?
Been married 17 years.
Wow. How many children?
4.
Wow.
Yeah.
Any one of your children remind you of you?
I mean, my son Cash really reminds me of myself.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think all of them have little sprinkles of things from me, things from their mom, in which you can just pinpoint.
Absolutely. Yeah. 17 years, awesome. Yeah. Congratulations on that. I mean, they say people don't make it after what? How many years they say, babe? 5? You ain't gonna make it? 7 years, something like that?
Yeah, only the strong survive.
It's definitely it's how you make it.
Yeah, no, for sure.
What's your secret? How do you last for 17 years?
I mean, I think it comes from being friends off back.
Okay.
Undeniable friendship, being able to grow together, and being able to hear about the changes that one may be having, or and just because we're gonna grow, grow, things gonna change, and we got to be able to. At the core, I think it's just more the friendship.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, then keeping God first. I mean, I think that's the biggest thing. In the earlier years, of course, immaturity. Yeah. Man, I thank God for Him giving me a wife that was able to, at least love me enough to allow me to change and not lose it all.
Is your wife your best friend?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. I love that. Yeah. Like, to have a partner who's your best friend, who is a business partner, who's a support system, that's the meat right there. Yeah. I mean, you can't ask for nothing better than that.
At all.
You know what I mean? Because you go home and this is where you relax and just let your hair down. Well, your hair gone. Yeah. But relax. Setting myself up, huh? But I could say that, like, from where we come from, what God was taking us to where we at right now, we got some supportive wives.
No, for sure.
You know what I'm saying?
And that's a big deal, man. That's a big
huge.
Deal. It's a big deal because it's in this journey, man. If you got a partner, it's best, you got to ride it more until the wheels fall off.
You got to, man.
You got to, man.
Before I let you go, man, I want you to. What would be some tips and tricks to anybody that's watching that may want to follow your footsteps as an artist, a writer, actor, even having a family, starting a business? What's some of the tips and tricks that you would share with them?
Man, that's a lot, but I would definitely say, put God first for sure. Follow passion. Don't follow people. Follow what you're passionate about. Okay. Don't go into trends or anything like that. When it comes to whatever it is you're gonna be doing for the rest of your life, make sure it's something that you love to do. Yeah. So therefore, when you're getting paid for it, you love that you're getting paid for it. So, and that'll put in the work that you want to do. I mean, if you're passionate about something, if you believe in something, then you're going to go do it the way you need to do. So I think the biggest thing is find your passion, orchestrate it, keep God first, and then execute. Y'all heard it first, man. It's the one and only Mr. Light Skin himself, tall, sexy, and handsome. That's me. And my brother Willie Taylor. What? I thought you was giving me one. I'm pepping up. He ready for it. No, so I just wanted to say, man, I thank you to my studio audience. Make some noise, studio audience. Hey, this podcast is all about say less and let your work speak for itself. Your work has been speaking volume, brother. Thank you. For how many years? That's a long time. Yeah, 20 plus. You're doing your thing, man. So I wanted to personally have you on here in the beginning stages of my podcast because I know that God has something in store for both of us. Yeah, and it's finna be huge, man. I was excited. I'm like, my friend finna be the next Arsenio Hall. I was like, I'm in the game, baby. Arsenio Hall Jr. I'm finna be in. I accept that. Arsenio put the work in. No, for sure. He set the tone. That's how I mean it. So for sure. Montel Williams, all of them, they did. They set the tone, right? And I respect those brothers because they did it with love and passion, and they 20 years in the game. Yeah. So that's awesome, man. Yeah. So, hey guys, thank you for tuning in on the #1 podcast called Say Less with myself, Mr. Light Skin himself, and the one and only celebrity. I gotta put the celebrity on front of because you deserve that. You know what I'm saying? How many social media? How many you got on social media? Over half a together. It's huge. Yeah. That's work, y'all. Yeah. My brother, my best friend. We've been rocking since day one. Willie Taylor. Appreciate it, y'all. Thank you on Say Less. Hey, talk to me. And I'm proud of you too, man. for all your endeavors, man. Everything you've been doing, man. I'm very proud of you, man. One brother to the next, man. I mean, from the photography, when you went to that, I was proud of you. And then to see you step into these things, I'm just watching you step into different journeys. And as you step into them, just know that your brother is right here with you.
Say less.
And anywhere you go, I'm gonna be walking the same route you're walking.
Say less.
All right?
Say less. Love you, bro.
Love you too always.
Hey, respect, y'all. Y'all see it. Don't forget to follow Willie Taylor on all social media platforms. Go stream. Go purchase the music, y'all. And support. That's what it's all about, man. If he in concert, buy 3 tickets.
There it is.
Right? If he drop a new song, some clothing line, support. Because it's all about that, right? Light Skin is taking over. Thank y'all so much. I know he... Thank you, baby. She be on it. Yeah. Subscribe on YouTube to the #1 podcast called Say Less. Type in on YouTube, Say Less, the podcast. You're going to see my beautiful face. Shout out to my team. Thank y'all so much. Till next time. Peace.
Yeah.
Woohoo!